It's Brian Preston, the Money Guy.
I got a question from Joseph. It's kind of a fun one.
Okay.
He says, let's say, hypothetically, I'm the lucky one and win the Mega Millions tonight.
Oh.
Okay, say he's got a big windfall of money. What should be my first steps after getting that money? And then secondly, how can the Money Guy Show and Abound Wealth, our financial planning firm, help him with that?
Love
Thanks.
it.
Isn't that a fun question?
That is a fun question. Me and Brian actually did a show. This is a number of years ago. This is pre-Reby. This is pre-Nashville, pre-move. This is back we're in Georgia. About what to do if you win the jackpot. At the time, it was the largest jackpot ever. I want to say it was like $600, $700 million back then. And we actually did a show kind of walking through, all right, here are the steps. Boom, 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 boom. It's a pretty easy answer, Joe. So the very first step is you want to go to boundwealth.com. You want to reach out and talk with one of our advisors.
It is true, though. This is the kind of stuff that they could really help with in all seriousness.
But let's say that, okay, I'll give you a thing. If you live in a state where you can claim it anonymously, it's probably a smart idea to claim it anonymously because, when you come into this kind of wealth and everybody knows about it, people start coming out of the woodwork. Make sure you have a good accountant, good attorney, good financial advisor. Get that team of 3 and then come up with a plan on how to go get it. So that's the lottery question. But maybe you're someone who's not come into the Mega Millions, but maybe you're someone who retired and you just took the lump sum pension benefit. And so while it's not hundreds of millions of dollars, maybe it's still a 7-figure check that just showed up and you're like, holy cow, what do I do? I've never had this kind of money. Maybe you came into an inheritance. Maybe you sold a piece of land. Maybe you sold a business. Anytime a windfall comes your way, there are some ways to think about it to figure out, okay, what should I do? Here's the first step. Don't get in a hurry. So often we see people start to get in a frenzy and money comes their way and they immediately decide, I got to go do something right now. I got to go do something right now. Most times, in most circumstances, you don't have to do anything immediately. You want to have enough time to put together a plan in place. And generally speaking, we see people come into big windfalls when they sell stuff and they go buy something really expensive. Like, okay, I just bought my big multi-million-dollar house. Well, then I bought the fancy car. Well, but then I needed the truck to pull the boat and then the jet ski and then I had to get What's amazing
Before
is
you know it,
we all get on this treadmill where all the excitement and the newness of things just kind of goes away. So you have to be really careful when you come into wealth and when you have new wealth that you don't ruin the excitement, the physiological change that happens in your brain when you make big decisions. We see a lot of people screw this up a lot. So we say, hey, think about the big decisions you want to make and let's put together a timeline through which we want to do that. Okay, I have a desire to buy a bigger house. Okay, great, let's talk about that. I have a desire to buy a lake house. Okay, let's talk about that. I have a desire to buy a boat. Okay, let's talk about that. And let's figure out what all those things look like, what the carry cost of those are. And realistically, if you go out and buy 5 brand new cars, how much can you drive? You can't drive more than 1 car at a time. So let's think through, realistically, what's your why? What's your goal? What's the thing you're working for? 20 years from now, when you look back, what will you want to have seen happen with these dollars that came into your way? For most people, the answer is, hey, I want to be able to retire. I want to be financially independent. I want my money to work harder than I worked. And I don't want to have to freak out. I want to live the life I want to live on my terms. I want to do what I want to do, when I want to do it, the way I want to do it. Well, that's exactly what we do when we help people plan for financial independence and plan for retirement. And we actually put in a plan and we stress test all these variables. Okay, what if we do buy that lake house? What if we do buy that beach house? What if we do fill in the blank? Now, here is one thing that is a little bit unique that I think, I don't know that this is our unique take, but anytime someone comes into big money, big inheritance, big asset sale, there's a lot of cash flow. And I'm talking about like big sums. We say, all right, let's come up with your blow amount. Mm-hmm. There's going to be some amount. Maybe it's $100,000. In some circumstances, maybe it's $1 million. It depends on the size coming your way. And this money we're going to set aside. You can do whatever you want.
Go have fun.
You go have fun. But for everything else, the other 99% or 90% or whatever the mathematics comes out to, we're going to put together a steady and consistent financial plan to work through the best way to utilize those dollars. So if you are a Mega Millions jackpot winner, I'll be happy to talk with you. I'd love for you to reach out. One of the fallacies that we see with wealth, especially windfall wealth, is people enter into it thinking, I've got more money than I can ever run out of. And we've seen it time out of time again. Someone will have a huge inheritance that should set them and their next generation up for life. And 10, 15 years in the future, it's squandered. Somebody sells a business they built their entire life building, and then 10 years from now, they're having to make concessions in their financial life because of the decisions they made. Money can run out, and it doesn't matter how big the number is, you can squander it. And you have to you should be just as scared with wealth as you were before you had wealth. It's a different kind of pressure, different kind of stress, but it's certainly something that you have to think about and approach tactically.
Yeah.
Tactically.
Tactfully.
Tactfully. Thank you.
I got you. That was a good answer.